grand opening and the ceremony today, and everybody having an opportunity to explore this brilliant new space. For those who don't know me, my name is Jan Bradley. I'm the Chief Information Technology Officer for the City of Calgary, and I'm going to be your MC for at least part of this morning. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to this event, and I'd like to start with some land acknowledgements from our GM of People, Innovation and Collaboration Services, Chris Arthurs.
Good morning, Oki, Dandanastada, Amawastich, Kanchi, Tansi, bonjour, and hello. And these are the traditional languages of those who've occupied the indigenous, traditional, and ancestral lands here in Calgary. The Calgary area, where the Bow and Elbow rivers meet, is a place of confluence where the sharing of ideas and opportunities naturally come together and have been that force of innovation and excitement in Calgary for generations. And Indigenous peoples have their own names for this place that has been long in use since before the Scottish settlers named Calgary, Calgary. The Métis call the Calgary area Otusquerie. In the Blackfoot language, they call this place Okinstis. The Ithaca Nagoda Wikstabi refer to Calgary area as Wichispe Oyede, and the people of Tsuut'ina call this area Gustis. We appreciate that and acknowledge that we live, work, and play on the ancestral and traditional territories of the Blackfoot Confederacy, which is made of the Siksika, the Piikani, the Amska-Bibigami, and the Kainai First Nations. The Ithaca Nakota Wet'suwet'en First Nations, comprised of the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Goodstoney First Nations, and the Tsuut'ina First Nation. And the City of Calgary is also homeland to the historic Northwest Métis and to the Otipemisiwak Métis government, the Métis Nation Battle River Territory, also known as Nose Hill Métis District 5, and the Elbow Métis District 6. We acknowledge and are grateful to all Indigenous people who have made Calgary their home. Thank you, Jan.
Thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate that. Just some logistical notes for you before we get started. If you haven't signed in at the front desk, please make sure that you do that on your way out. In the event of an emergency, there are 3 exits. One is you go out to the lobby and go in out the front door that you came in, or you can turn left if that space is blocked and go into the back alley. There's also an entrance to the back alley through near the washrooms if you need to. In the event of an emergency, our muster point is the northwest corner of Olympic Plaza. So please make sure that you join us there and we can make sure all attendees are safe. For anyone who needs to use a washroom, the team has actually put black arrows on the floor. You can follow them around all the way to the right, and there are 4 washrooms back there. So with that, let's get on with our ceremony. So it was only, I think somebody was asking me, it was about a year ago that we stood in this space, and it was an empty space. It looked very much like a loft, and we had a vision. And we had a vision to create a space specifically designed that we can safely explore emerging technologies that can help us improve the way we do things as an organization, to enhance the services we provide to our community, and most importantly, to make lives better for Calgarians. And now here we stand in this remarkable facility. Our Information Technology Smart Cities Program team lead, led by Monique Nesset, will be on hand to show you around after our opening ceremonies. So I'll just speak to a few state-of-the-art features you'll find here at the Wave. There's a virtual reality immersion room just around the corner, advanced high compute infrastructure, and you'll notice there's a few robots around the center. That's the start of our 4-year project with the University of Calgary, exploring robotic fabrication. City teams will have the opportunity to experiment with these along with artificial intelligence, quantum infrastructure, the Internet of Things, cloud computing, and advanced software. While the physical space has been under construction, our Smart Cities team has been busy working with our colleagues on projects that will leverage the resources we have in the WAVE. For example, we're working with 4 internal groups and supplies innovation through procurement to develop industry challenges that can be piloted at the WAVE. One of these challenges includes exploring technologies that can help people with mobility issues find their way. In addition, several groups are already exploring the potential of the AR/VR with our team. The investment in the VR immersion room at WAVE will make it possible for city teams to test drive the technology before committing to a purchase. WAVE is also here to help the tech community. Through our Living Labs program, WAVE will be one more city asset that industry and academia can access to test out their ideas and help bring their research to life. As a plug-and-play experimentation space, WAVE is already preparing to host Living Labs for 2 local companies to go along with the other 40 Living Labs programs they've done this year. In the first case, a sensor company was waiting to use another city facility, but experienced some delays. They're now going to use WAVE because this facility has the infrastructure and the policies they need to move forward. In the second case, WAVE will be used as an active test site for a small business looking to test in a large indoor space. You may have noticed some robot arms. We're still waiting for another robot arm. This is an example of how we are collaborating with post-secondary institutions, in this case the University of Calgary, to explore how 3D printing can create carbon-friendly, unique, and accessible public spaces. As you can see, there's a lot of potential around here, not just with the technology, but with our people as well. On behalf of the information technology team at the city, I invite you to join us here at the WAVE, and let's discover how we can use technology in new ways to benefit Calgarians. With that, I'd like to invite Mayor Gondek up to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Oki, Dadanastada, Ambawastich, and Tansei. Greetings to all of you in the mother languages of the Treaty 7 Indigenous peoples who have stewarded these lands for generations before we came to settle here and before we came to innovate here. I'm pleased to be joining you here today for this grand opening of the city's WAVE Tech Center. This moment follows our funding announcement about a year ago. I think it was last August, 2023, where we expressed our sincere gratitude to Prairie Scan for their contribution, which made this center possible. The WAVE Tech Center will be the city's hub to prototype and to evaluate emerging technologies that will allow us to enhance our services and find innovative solutions to ultimately benefit all Calgarians. At the WAVE Tech Center, city teams will have access to a wide range of cutting-edge technologies, including digital fabrication, augmented and virtual reality, artificial intelligence, quantum infrastructure, the Internet of Things, cloud computing, and anything else you can think of that's leading edge, and everything that has to do with innovation. This diverse array of resources will allow our teams to innovate and push the boundaries of what's possible. And we have a very clear vision with all of this. We aim to elevate the level of service that Calgarians can come to expect from the City of Calgary. Allow me to illustrate just some of what the WAVE Tech Center will be able to do. The City and Humber Polytechnic are beginning a multi-year project to combine traditional over-the-air broadcast signals with internet communications. This could revolutionize the way that we send out emergency alerts to Calgarians. It would make them faster and make them much more efficient. It also allows us to integrate how those messages go out. So you could have an alert over the cell phone, over your computer, digital signs, and TVs at the same time. So we have more points of contact with you as an emergency situation hits. We could also customize the type of information that would come to you through this technology so communities would have a better idea of how they are being impacted directly. Here in Calgary, we don't shy away from the concept of innovation. I'm especially proud that our city's mobility and IT teams developed an AI-based system to detect and classify multiple types of pavement distress conditions. Our AI system doesn't just spot current damage, it also anticipates any future deterioration, which makes maintenance possible at a much earlier stage. We are the first North American municipality to expand pavement assessment beyond simply pothole detection. The time and cost that the city currently uses on road maintenance is quite high, and we expect that deploying this kind of technology would allow us to be more proactive rather than reactive, which will promise significant savings as well as efficiency in repairs. And this means that we can be smarter and better at allocating our resources. We can respond to things much quicker, and we can have much more resilient infrastructure. Another aspect of the Wave Tech Center that I'm pretty excited about is the way that technologies tested here will inform city and council's decisions. By leveraging the insights that are gained through experimentation, we can maximize our return on investment, making sure that every dollar in our budget is spent as wisely and efficiently as possible. This grand opening signifies a new step forward in our journey towards a much more connected and innovative city. And I would invite all of our city teams to make sure that you are using this space to see how you can achieve efficiencies. And I would say everyone who's got great ideas, please come here to test those ideas and let's see what we can make possible in our city. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you so much, Mayor Gondek. I also want to recognize that this space would not be possible without the tremendous support from our City Council, as well as Prairies Can. I just want to make sure I get this name right. The Honourable Dan Vandel is the Minister responsible for Prairies Can, who is unable to attend today. I had a small issue with my speaking notes on my computer, and my team, through resiliency, made sure that I have the letter here in hard copy. On behalf of the Government of Canada, congratulations to the grand opening of Wave Tech Centre. Technological innovation presents a major opportunity for cities across Canada, and that is especially true for Calgary. Now more than ever, we need the ability to assess how emerging fields such as artificial intelligence, robotics, and quantum will affect people and can benefit our communities. This new centre will give City of Calgary employees and local businesses a safe space to experiment and test new solutions. Innovators will be able to quickly prototype and evaluate ideas that help improve service delivery for Calgarians. I'm pleased to see that this work will be built with a strong level of partnership. By collaborating with post-secondary institutions, not-for-profits, government agencies, and startup companies, this space will support Calgary's vision of being a city that thrives on innovation. Congratulations to the City of Calgary and all the partners involved in today's milestone. Prairies Can is proud to join this journey to help Calgary's innovators bring their products and technologies to market and to showcase all that they have to offer. So with that, I think we're going to take a few minutes break, and we'll turn it over to Monique Nesset, who's going to introduce you to the Smart Cities team, and we're going to invite Mayor Gondek to speak with the media, and I will join her. So thank you very much, everyone.
Hello and good morning. I'm Monique Nesset, and as Jan mentioned, I am the leader of the Smart Cities team within the IT Division of Innovation and Collaboration here at the City of Calgary. Before I get started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to our manager, Kelly Brown, at the back there, who has been so supportive and instrumental in helping us reach this point, along with the rest of the IT management team, some of them we have here today. And thank you, Minister Dan Vandel, the Prairies Can team, Mayor Gondek, Chris Arthurs, and Jan Bradley for kicking off the morning and sharing their thoughts on the grand opening of WAVE. We are so thrilled to open our doors and welcome you all here, those of you who could join in person and those joining online. Welcome to WAVE, our new home. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and hang out with us for a little while. I will take about 5 minutes to speak with you, and then I will introduce the Smart Cities team so you can put a face to a name and learn a little bit about what they're working on. We will all be here after the presentations and would love to answer any questions and listen to your thoughts on the possibilities and new ideas that could be sparked here in the Wave Tech Center. So let's start off with a quick explanation of what Smart Cities means and how we define it here at the City of Calgary. There are many definitions of what a smart city is, but at its core, it's about improving the quality of life for people, at home, at work, and at play by leveraging technology and data solutions in our community building and our city services. So, you ask, technology and data, that's a lot. There's a pretty wide spectrum of possibilities as it touches on so much. We have narrowed the scope for our Smart Calgary strategy to 4 focus areas. You will hear more from the team in a few minutes, but at a high level, they are digital equity. With all of this new technology coming at us, it's so important that we leave no one behind. We are bringing the community together to find ways to support those that are experiencing digital inequity. Experimentation, part of what you're seeing here today. That enormous technology wave is coming. In fact, we're already in it. And being able to bring in and test out new and emerging technologies quickly and safely will allow us to keep ahead of the curve and help enable city staff to make informed technology investment decisions. Partnerships and regional collaboration. We are exploring partnership opportunities and are reaching out beyond our city boundaries to find ways to collaborate on shared opportunities with our surrounding cities, towns, and Indigenous nations in the Calgary region. And last but not least is storytelling and engagement. Supporting a smart city ecosystem requires us to bring our community together, along with academic institutions, other levels of government, industry, and Calgarians to find solutions at work. And as you'll hear, we're doing just that. We are also committed to storytelling in new and different ways to share the exciting narrative of what is happening at the City of Calgary with our community and across the world. We are focused on technology, yes. Technology is the secret sauce, or as I sometimes like to call it, the magical, invisible connector that is the foundation that brings us together these days. But at the heart of our work, the most important aspects are the people that we are serving, the relationships that are built, and the connections and collaborations that are fostered, all ultimately to enable better services to our community, to businesses, and to Calgarians. The Smart Cities team is small but mighty and mighty nimble and is committed to leading this important work in the most direct and transparent way. With that, I would like to introduce you to our Smart Cities team and my friends and ask each of them to come up and speak for a few minutes about the work that they're doing, starting with Luis Mora.
Hello everyone, so excited to be here in this awesome space. As Monique mentioned, I'm Luis Mora, IT Program Manager with Smart Cities. And if you can change the slide. My portfolio is, as Monique mentioned, to oversee and lead the portfolio of digital equity, partnerships, and regional collaboration. So we know that not all of us know what is digital equity, what does that mean, how does that impact, what the role do I play in this? So we're focusing on promoting and raising that awareness internally and externally about this issue. Also, as Monique mentioned, we cannot solve all things together, and we have some common challenges in the region. So the last day here with WAVE, we're going to convene municipalities in the Calgary metropolitan region and figure out what are some of those challenges that we can tackle together and find out some partnerships between external and internally as well, and how we can advance the Smart City strategy. And that's a little bit that I'm doing. Now I would like to ask Dave to introduce himself.
Thank you, Luis. Yeah, my name's Dave Basto. I've been with the city for about 29 years now, and I've seen a lot of technology in the last 29 years. And more so now, I'm just seeing the rate of change in technology is far greater today than I've ever seen it in my total life. So I think this WAVE Center is appropriate for this time. One of my projects is to make this a safe place to experiment. That means this whole facility is off the city's network. It allows us to bring in new technologies and collaborate with other vendors and academia in a safe place to do all these experiments. We are leveraging the City of Calgary's fiber optic network. The City of Calgary has the most advanced fiber optic network in Canada that is municipal owned. And so we connect to Cybera, which also connects to universities and K-12 schools across Canada, and as well as commercial data centers, which can bring connectivity to cities all across the globe. So yeah, that's it, what I'm working on, and now I'll hand it off to Erin, who will also be talking about some of the connectivity technology she's working on.
Thanks, Dave. Hi, everybody. My name's Erin Rattan. I've been with the city for over 15 years, and I've been on this team for the last 3 of them. I was actually initially brought on to build a digital equity strategy for Calgary. So in doing that, I worked with the University of Calgary to do some research, engaged with close to 300 Calgarians to understand what the digital divide is, the barriers that Calgarians are facing, and some of the things that we can do to help support folks that are underconnected in our communities. I'm also working right now on our Advanced Television Systems Committee Protocol 3, or ATSC 3, Smart Cities Solution. Mayor Gondek highlighted some of the advantages of this technology in helping us connect with folks in the event of emergencies. These are also some of the same advantages that can help us bridge some of the digital divide that we're seeing in Calgary. This portfolio, I've been sort of weaving the thread the last year, I think, year and a half, about this technology and how it can support our communities, as well as collaborating with Humber College, who's at the back here, to help with some demonstrations. And we'll be launching Canada's first municipal test ground for this technology. So we're very excited. If you have any questions, you can see us over at the back of this. There's a glowing sign behind you. We'll be there to chat more. And over the next 2 days, you can learn a bit more about this technology and all the great stuff that we have planned. And I will pass it over to Anne.
Thanks, Erin. Hi, everyone. I'm Anne Galbraith. I'm an IT project manager with the Smart Cities team. And a few things that I work on, I'm mostly focused on the experimentation area. So one of the things that I focus on is the Living Labs program, which offers up access to city infrastructure to businesses and researchers to test new products and ideas. And in 2024 alone, we've offered up connected businesses and researchers to over 67,000 square meters of city infrastructure and logged over 4,000 hours of testing. A few other things, or another thing we've been doing is kind of experimenting with experimenting and supporting different initiatives related to that. For example, working with our emerging tech team on our first AI hackathon for internal staff, where they worked with Cities IT and Microsoft to rapidly prototype new AI solutions to solve city problems. And I also am supporting any kind of pilot things that come through and looking at that process as they come through. So anything to do with experimentation, that is what I do. So now I'm going to pass it over to Ross.
Thank you so much, Anne. I'm Ross Platel, and I'm continuing some of the work that Erin started here at the city in digital equity. I help to ensure the equitable and accessible access to technology within the city. I help to lead the Digital Equity Community Group, which is a collaboration of not-for-profits and various organizations here within Calgary that help to support the digital equity strategy and ensuring we are able to help out people who are experiencing that digital divide in technology, where they might not be able to access or use all of the services that people who do have access to technology are able to. And one of the programs that I've been continuing on with here at the city has been our Affordable Hardware Access Program, or AHA for short, where we've been repurposing computers and giving them to Calgarians on for entry. And right now we're just working to expand the scope of that and then work with more community organizations to help bridge that hardware digital divide. I'm also involved with a number of other digital equity projects that are going on with the city, helping to collaborate with other business units to improve the accessibility and equitability of our digital Calgary services. Then I'll hand it off here. That's all I have to Chase. If you want to come and grab the mic.
I'm Chase Castellani. I'm an IT project manager here in Smart Cities. I basically am leading a lot of the AR/VR initiatives that we're doing. Some of those include digital twinning, so working with our business partners in collaboration, analytics, and innovation, for example, to get our models and digital twin up to a level of detail where it involves color, texture, all that wonderful, great stuff. AR/VR for urban planning and local area planning and land use bylaw as well, so giving our planners additional tools to their toolbox where they can immerse themselves in a scenario where they can see the true impact of the work that they're doing, potential redevelopments in the city, how those new buildings that are coming up are going to impact the surrounding community, as well as AR/VR training, so for things like safety code officers, giving them the ability to hop into a virtual environment, inspect buildings against the Alberta, Canada building code in a VR scenario, as well as firefighter training and anti-discrimination and anti-racism training. So for Calgary Fire, for example, it gives them a really safe environment where they can train and not have to be potentially subjected to unsafe training scenarios, as well as anti-discrimination and anti-racism, just allowing people to be put in other people's shoes and perspectives and being able to identify those scenarios and address them accordingly. And that's all I've got. I'll pass it off to my leader, Mr. Jason Cameron.
All right, welcome. So my job as the IT program manager, I lead experimentation, engagement, and storytelling. That's a lot. It's also a really fun way to spend college, I guess. But so what we do mostly with experimentation is just try to find, what are those new technologies that across our whole team that we've got a little bit of expertise in, that we can help work with post-secondaries, we can help work with industry to see how that could impact our services here at the city. You've already heard lots about that. The second piece, though, is the engagement and storytelling. How do we make that technology meaningful to our city partners? How do we explain how AI can help improve pothole detection? How do we work to say, yeah, we've got this really cool GoPro on a cargo bike that Saksham drove around this summer to find holes in fences, and how this can actually speed up the process and do proactive 311 calls. So it's really about making technology accessible, but also finding those partners in the community that can leverage living labs, right? I mean, Chris, you're here, right? How can your company leverage this center as a ready main space to try and test out and accelerate the development of your products? We've got Calgary Innovation Coalition here, and talking about how we can make a difference regionally. And of course, our friends at Platform, part of the outreach that I sometimes we say that WAVE isn't just a place, it's a vibe, it's a feeling, it's a lot like Greece. And so we're out and we're at Platform, and we have a Platform campus so that we can interact with those local companies that are on the cutting edge, so we can understand and build stories together about how we can adapt. And so I'm so glad you're all here. Don't let this be the only time you're here. Let's come back lots, let's collide. That's what this is, it's a collision space. Let's all catch the wave together.
I would all like to share our thanks to, and please stand up and give a wave, our communication superstars, Maria Lee and Natalie Takal. There's Maria. Where's Maria? There's Maria. She's taking pictures of everyone. And our two brilliant co-op students, Faliha Panjwani and Saksham Puri. They have been amazing. They've been teaching us things. And of course, a thank you to each and every one of you that said yes and committed your time, effort, and ideas to making all of this possible. Please don't forget to check out our exciting and thought-provoking schedule of events happening from October 22nd to 29th. Participants will experience the next wave of technologies that can help us improve service delivery to Calgarians and shape the future of city building. You can find more information at calgary.ca/wave. Some in-person sessions are already sold out, but just a reminder, we are live streaming the presentations as well, so you can still sign up for the online sessions. And before we wrap up, I wanted to mention some of our special guests that are joining us in the workshop area. So we have Platform Calgary, and we look forward to our continued collaboration with them. Posters there, Terry and Jordan are here. And you can learn more about the future with ATSC3. So there's a big group here that are ready and willing to answer any questions you have on that technology. And then we have Cubo Consulting. A local company is here to help us build a foundational understanding of the potential of quantum for city services. They are also demonstrating the quantum double slit experiment. Don't ask, just go and visit them. And then we have the University of Calgary School of Architecture, Planning and Landscape, giving you at some of the robotic collaborations that will happen here over the next few years. And then last but not least is IACSAV, sharing information on advanced conversational artificial intelligence. You can jump in the pod booth that says, "Come talk to me," and have a conversation with it. They will interview you on what you think of WAVE and why innovation is important to Calgary in multiple languages. We will end the presentation portion of the program, and I invite you to tour around the space. Don't forget to check out the virtual reality room and the 3D printers down and to the right. And again, please tap any of the Smart Cities team if you have any questions or ideas along the way. And also, feel free to follow us on LinkedIn as well. So thank you all for coming. Take your time and enjoy exploring the wave. Thank you.